All right, let's talk about the Chicago Bears here for a little bit. Look, now that we're into rookie mini camps, we're starting to see, of course, a lot of the first time NFL players, specifically with the Bears, make their early names for themselves. But this is also a time of the year where teams like the Bears identify undrafted free agents that could potentially be big time steals and actual contributors to the team. And the Bears may have one in running back and return specialist Ian Wheeler. Let's get into the article, then we'll talk about it more in detail on the other side. This is courtesy of NFL Spin Zone. The undrafted free agency frenzy is always something that diehard NFL fans pay close attention to, and you never know when you're going to come up with a diamond in the rough. And the Chicago Bears may have found one in former Howard running back slash special teams weapon Ian Wheeler. The Bears have already added to their running back stable this offseason by signing DeAndre Swift in free agency, but the NFL's new rules regarding the kickoff might benefit a player like Wheeler. The athletic traits for Ian Wheeler are obvious. He's got elite speed, 4.39 in the 40-yard dash, and explosiveness, 38.5-inch vertical jump. It's one thing to have the traits. It's another thing entirely to be able to put them to good use. And that's exactly what Wheeler does, especially in the return game. Look, we all know that the NFL rules have changed. Special teams, especially kick return, has gotten a lot more important than it has in years past. The Bears have done a great job adding to their offensive skill set in the running back room, though Ian Wheeler may just be that player, that return weapon to help the Bears get even better on special teams as well. Miles, I'm curious what your thoughts are on this, but first, Bears fans in the comment section below. Of all the rookies the Bears have picked up, obviously you go from Caleb Williams to Ian Wheeler and everybody in between, right? Who's the one guy you think who's going to surprise people the most this upcoming rookie season? A lot of people, maybe again, that's not getting a lot of attention, getting slept on a little bit, but you think is going to have a great impact for the Bears early on. Give us that guy in the comment section below. But Miles, give me your thoughts on the addition of Ian Wheeler and the fact that maybe he could be a steal for the Bears offense and special teams.
Yeah, Nick, I think this guy is great. And I think this guy is going to add something special to this team because I'm the most excited about this season to start watching kickoffs and punt returns again. I want to see that, dynamicism we see in the past. The last, getting over the last 5, 6 years, it's really gone downhill. We don't see many returns. They're very few and far between nowadays. I miss the days of old when you have the Devin Hesters who were returning things left and right. When you had the Josh Cribbs, the LSU Trendon Holiday guy comes into the NFL purely just to return kicks. That was the weapon they had, the special, track star small guy from LSU who could really return some kicks. I am excited for that to come back, and I think that is what Ian Wheeler brings to the table. Is he the best running back in the world? Not really, but he is a heck of a special teams returner. He had 1,322 kick return yards, 3 touchdowns as well. This guy is a weapon with the ball in his hands on special teams. He's not particularly fast. He runs a 4.5, but somehow he's got the vision and the ability to read the field and be very good at returning kicks. I think that this is a guy that's going to start for the Bears on special teams, and we're really going to see some immediate results out of a guy like Wheeler just from his prowess and being able to return kicks. The Bears got really good on offense. They don't need a whole lot of help there, but if you can also score some much needed points on special team or get great field position, what better weapon for a guy like Caleb Williams to start him out, on your opponent's side of the field? That feels good when you're able to do that. And I think having a guy like Wheeler on the roster is going to allow the Bears to do that more often than if he was not.
And it's an important thing to consider. And I think Bill Belichick said this during the NFL draft process. I think it's really important is that we think kick return is going to go back to the old school way with one singular kickoff returner taking the deep kickoff, right? 70 yards and then returning it either way. But Bill Belichick said this, I think he's right on the money here, is that because of the proximity the return team and kickoff team are going to have and where the kicker is going to be situated, you really need two returners because what teams will do is because again, the kickoff coverage team's so close, they'll just kick it to one sort of hash or the other. And by the time you run over there to try and return it, the entire coverage team's already enveloped on you. So you need not one good returner, you need two to split each hash in the return game. Otherwise, you're going to have no chance. And so this is a guy here in Wheeler who, with his return experience at Howard, I think will be able to slide into that number 2 return role for the Chicago Bears very early. And that's the other element of this as well, is you want a guy with experience, right? It's one thing to get a guy who has the physical traits that can go in there and maybe return kicks. Ian Wheeler's done it in college football. And look, I understand people like Howard, it's D1AA FCS, not the highest level. I will say this, it would matter a lot more if he was trying to be a traditional running back or receiver. Competition would matter, but special teams is just such a weird animal, because when you're on special teams, you're going up against the other teams, usually 6th, 7th round picks, undrafted free agents. So the talent gap, the disparity that normally happens is much, much less compared to when, if you were, let's say, a wide receiver at Florida State versus a wide receiver at Howard. If you're a returner at Florida State versus a returner at Howard, your transition to the NFL is going to be a lot smoother. That's why we see rookie returners come in and have incredible impacts when it's guys we've never even heard of. That will set things up very nicely for Wheeler. I think this has a chance to be one of the hidden gems, of the undrafted free agent period. And we're going to start to see smart teams, as they get ready to push and prepare for the regular season, really emphasize the kickoff return game, because this new rule change is going to just completely affect all strategies and all dynamics and how the game is going to be played. And the Bears, credit to them, are getting ahead of it with the addition of a guy like Ian Wheeler.
Data brokers sell your information to scammers, spammers, and anyone else who may want to target you. Your full name, email, home address, health records, even your relatives. It's all out there. That's why we use Aura, the sponsor of today's video. Aura shows us which data brokers are selling our information and automatically submits opt-out requests for us.
Cleaning up our information not only reduces the amount of that stupid spam we all get, but it also protects us from hackers who could use this information to help them access our social media accounts, bank accounts, and other sensitive information. Aura also does much more to protect us and our families from online threats. We also get features like antivirus protection, VPNs, password management, parental controls, identity theft insurance, and more, without having to download several different apps. That's really key. One location to get all this great stuff. It's really easy to set up, and the best of all, we get everything at one affordable price.
And you may already have one or two of these tools already, but not having Aura is like locking the front door and leaving the back door wide open. Aura is always on, doing the hard work to keep you safe so you can focus on other tasks and have peace of mind. We value our privacy and we value yours. You can go to aura.com/Saturday to start your 2-week free trial. Also, link below in the description. Again, aura.com/Saturday for your free 2-week trial.